goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's Keemy and I'm back with my tea of the day, dose for dose. Two for two, a 2 for 1. I love it. I love it here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am back. So this episode, I want to get into two topics, but of course, I just want to make sure we're all good. So update, I do start my new plays on Monday. So truth, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna front. This is it's the same field, but a little older population, different demographic a little bit. Um, I am well aware. I know what I know, but I'm also aware I have room to grow. So I'm hoping that this opportunity will give me room to grow, room to explore and understand more within the whole human services field, within DHS, HRA, all of these different policies and entities, as well as learning my company and what they really strive for, other than what I know. And just learn my role the best I can so I can knock it right out of the park. But I am a little nervous, so I did what I needed to do to get myself together. As you can see, I got myself a nice fresh cut. Lord knows I need it. I look like a human again, cause when I don't, sometimes it just be my neck hair for me. Like my hair, but be decent. It just be my neck hair for me. But let's get into it. Community, community, community. I know I touched on this on my last video with healing is necessary kind of scenario, and you are everyone needs someone. So this getting even a little bit into that one first. Everyone needs someone. Like everyone needs a person that they can call their own. Everyone needs a person that they can depend on. Whether it is a family member, whether it is a friend, an associate, a coworker, because we all go through some challenging times as humans. That's part of life. But we all need that one sounding voice to really get it together. Like, I have a community. And for me, a sense of community or having a community is just literally people you can count on. Whether it is a small circle of people or it's the biggest circle of people. But you can count on every last one of them. And every last one of them never turn on you. They never put you down, and they always heard you. They always made sure that you felt seen, felt heard, felt acknowledged, and they was literally there for you. Because oftentimes as people, we go into a show where we're dealing with traumatizing stuff. We go into a show, and in that show, if you don't have a community to help get you out of that predicament, that feeling, that urge, that depression, then that's not the right village for you. It says it takes a village to raise a child. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And at the end of the day, we're all children. We're all people that are still trying to fly, trying to learn, trying to grow, trying to become better and better each and every day. So we're all still moths, trying to become a caterpillar, trying to really be that better self. And it does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen when you want it to happen. It happens in God's time. 1,000%. Having a community. Lots of people think having a community is like when you're younger. You join a band, you join a basketball team, a football team, you join ballet, you join some type of organization, some type of team in order to get you to your next level. But then you feel a sense of comfort when you're with them because that's your community at that particular moment, right? And in those communities, they're supposed to help you become better. They're supposed to help teach you. If it's a team, let's say like if it's a basketball team, your coach is supposed to coach you to becoming better, not just on the field, but in your personal life. not everybody's meant to be a leader though in those scenarios. So your coach, some coaches, a lot of people I've heard, I've never done the whole team thing because no, but I've heard, especially like my older brother, definitely dealt with that in terms of getting a community when he was in a whole bunch of sports, and I love that for him because it was a fact that he knew it wasn't just his family that had his back. It was other people who had his back. It was other people who cared about him and that wanted well for him and that wanted him to win, kind of scenario. And that was his sense of community. Just like a lot of people's sense of community, especially when you're growing up, it can be the church. And the church will become your sense of community. It will be your village that is helping raise you, grow you, and heal you, and lift you up. But oftentimes, unfortunately, that may fall through. So then that's when you start creating your own community. Those own special people that you have in your life that just means the world to you. And genuinely means I can breathe. Like, I can literally just breathe. Like, I've had the worst day ever in my entire life. And I can legitimately breathe because I know my community, my village is going to lift me up. They're going to hug me. They're going to hold me. They're going to console me. They're going to just listen on the phone. They're going to pull up. Like, where are we going? Where are we going out to eat? What drinks are we having? What do we need to do to make this scenario a little bit better for you? And I thank God for my community. That keep on pushing me, keep on praying with me, paying me through it, and just being a force of aspiration. I admire these people. Some people I knew for years. Some people I just met for like 2 years, tops. And even within this year, I'm trying to build and foster connections and see what that leads to. But the community I have is just so beautiful, and they're also different, and that's what I like the most and love the most about it. They're also different, so they all give me a different side of what I need and of what I require in those moments and in those needs. And I'm happy I can do and be the same for that sounding voice for them, because without a sounding voice, with just a person who's just like a yes person, who's like, yeah, yep, fuck that nigga, this and the third. No, you have to talk them through that. Because if that's not genuinely the real and right decision for them, that they're going to regret at the end, how are you really been a friend? How are you truly being a friend? You're not. You're not truly wishing them well. And a lot of people, unfortunately, you'll meet in your life do not wish you well. And that's perfectly fine. You have to be okay with that. That is a hard pill to swallow, baby. Let me tell you, however, it is so beautiful and it's so important for that lesson to be learned. The earlier the better. But community, it just tastes so good in your mouth. It feels amazing to have a group of people that genuinely want you and only you. Not for what you have, not for what you can get, not for what you will become, can become, want to become, have became. Not because of anything circling, but you, your heart, your drive, and just your essence. I'm a whole bag. And I love the people around me being whole bags. Like, they are genuinely whole people with whole emotions, but they're so driven and they want to be better. They're pushing to be better. They're striving to be better. Whether it's romantically, whether it's just them by themselves, whether it's getting a new career, changing it up, and thinking and really just taking into what they actually want in terms of the relationship that they're in. Like, they're really listening and taking and understanding the feedback that is being provided to them, so they can make the best decision for those relationships. And if you don't have community, you won't have those different attributes and different scenarios and different livelihoods and just different understandings and ideas of the pros and the cons of whatever that may look like. And just like you have community, you have insecurities. And insecurities is a devil, let me tell you. Insecurities will eat you up if you are not strong. It ate me up several of times, making me think I'm not that person. Like, I'm not Keemy. Like, I am not a Keemy. Like, why would I ever second guess myself? Because I know who I am. I live this every day. And I'm proud of living this every day. But it comes to the fact of everyone's insecure about something or certain things. My insecurities are for me. And one of them is definitely my relationship with my family. I will say that because everyone's insecurities can be different. Everyone's insecurities can look up or become different over time. One of my insecurities is definitely my relationship with my family and how that shows up for me. And how, yes, they're my family. Yes, they are not necessarily my blood family, but these are my family who I know all my life. They are the people who have been in my corner through thick in and thick out. Even when I didn't want them there, whether I felt they didn't want me there, whatever those feelings and those actual things were, they were actually there. And they built a community for me. So I know every time I go home, I feel the love. I feel every other feeling I can feel because, again, they're still family. They're still human. They still make mistakes. They still get on your nerves because they're family. It's just like I get on their nerves. I ruffle some feathers. I'm aware of that. But as long as we're able to come back in terms of community, that's all that matters. But insecurities are definitely things that you're supposed to work on. And so they won't be an insecurity no more. Like, that can't ever weaken you for you. Like, that was an insecurity for me for years because I've seen all of these different people that came in and out of my life, that's been here, that's I've dated, that's this, that's that, that's talking stages, or just friends. And I just see, wow, I wish I would have a relationship with my family like that. I wish my relationship with my family gave that, but it doesn't, and it kind of makes you feel like shit. So what the fuck is wrong with me? Kind of scenario. Like, if we're being honest, we have to be on this channel, on this page, in this conversation. We have to be honest, completely honest about the feelings, about what it may look like for you. And for years, I've hated it. I've hated my relationship with my family because I wanted something else. That's why I went out and curated my own community until it worked for me. And the community I have now is bomb. Because I have my family. And I have my friends who became family. And the people who check on me every day. The people who hit me up every morning and give me affirmations. And just really genuinely care. So, although that still is an insecurity for me, I'm working on it because I'm working on my relationship with my family. My other insecurity can definitely be like, I want to see my weight, but not falling my weight, if we're being completely honest. Because I like the size I am. Yes, I want to be smaller, that's why I'm in the gym. I'm trying to be healthy. Not necessarily be muscle. I don't want to be Hulk Hogan. I don't want to be like the next muscle person. No. Never been me. Don't want to be me. No. I just want to be healthy. I want to be here for the long run. And so my insecurity is definitely working towards being a healthier body weight for me and my height. And I guess that's not really an insecurity per se, but other insecurities. Body features and things that you are born with. A lot of people have surgeries to augment their bodies, and that is amazing. That is great. I am completely here for that. And I completely approve that message. However, it comes to a place where if you're doing it for the right reasons, that's going to actually make you a better person, then by all means, yes, do that. But if you're doing it because you're insecure and people told you, hey, your dick is small, hey, your ass is small, hey, you don't have big titties, hey, you need muscles, so now I need to be in the gym every day because when I'm skinny, I don't look like how I want to look to attract this type of crowd. You just need to realize that that person in that crowd that you're trying to attract is not motherfucking for you. They're not for you. They haven't been for you. They won't be for you because they want how they want you to look. Because they have a picture in their mind of whatever looks for them. Insecurities comes in different shapes, different sizes, and different people, different snakes in your grass. So you have to be comfortable in your skin. So within your community, that's when you're able to be open and honest with your community, and they're gonna let you know is that gonna benefit you. Like I had a real conversation with one of my homeboys, and he was like, "I don't think that is necessary for you, because if everything still does what it needs to do, you don't necessarily need to do that. Even though I feel like I want to do it, I feel like it's important for me, but am I going to run down to go handle what I need to handle? No, because that's not gonna. It's gonna make me feel better in the time being, but I don't know if it's gonna ultimately make me feel better, if that makes sense. So that's when you really start talking to your community, having those open and honest conversations. Like, hey, I feel like I'm short, so I want to extend my legs. Okay, so how's that gonna benefit you? Like, I have an insecurity about being short because I know I'm a short man. I'm not the average height for a man at all. Like any man, point them out, I'm short, and I had to come to terms with that. And then especially, really realizing how short I am. I'm only 5'5". I, for God, for me, I thought it was 5'6", 5'7". I want that inch and 2 inches back. I really do, because it really made me feel like, okay, I'm not that far from 5'10", which is average, but damn, I'm short. People really be looking down at me, but look at my fine self. So even when you have an insecurity, you have to add it on with something positive. Like, okay, I'm short, but I'm thick, I'm lovable, I'm curvy, I got something to hold on to. So I can be short, that's fine. Now what? Now what? Now what? Oh, okay. I know. I'm him. I've been him. Will be him. It's all about affirmations. It's all about having a community. It is all about overcoming your insecurities. Looking yourself in the mirror, completely naked, completely clothed, whatever those insecurities are. Especially a lot of people's insecurities are about their body, about what they was born with, about what they feel like they are lacking. And we're gonna be honest. Not every black person, not every black male has a big dick. We don't. Not every black woman has a fat ass. They don't. Not every woman has a fat ass. They don't. Not every male has a big dick. They don't. But if you're born with what you're born with. If you want to augment it, by all means, do what you need to do to make you happy. But talk to your community. Build them up. Have those conversations so you know you're making the right sound decision. Because I'm all for making yourself the best person you can be, cold-heartedly. But as much as we're changing our inside, we have to change the outside. We have to make sure that our heart is still pure. Our heart is still loving. We still caring. We still have what made us and what makes us us. We don't lose our essence. Because I would hate for me to lose my essence again. Shit, I worked too hard to get this. I worked too hard to get here, in front of you, in this camera, up close and personal. I came too far for me to not be honest, to not be real, to not have these type of conversations. Another insecurity for a lot of people is money, and especially within the dating field. If we're being honest, because you have to have a bag. You have to have a bag to date a lot of people. To date most people, you have to have some type of money, because you have to be able to want to take them out. You have to be able to do X, Y, Z. But what people do not realize, not everyone is worried about your fucking bag. I promise you. Everyone is not worried about your bag. Everyone is not worried about what is in your wallet, what you can financially do for them. They just want to make sure that you genuinely want a relationship and you genuinely want to build something with someone. You're going to be open and you're going to be honest. You're going to freaking communicate. It's that simple. But again, we just assume that everyone's the same. So we box everyone the same. Everyone is not going to make 6 figures in their life. Everyone's not going to make 7 figures in their life. Everyone may not even make 5 figures in their life. But as long as you're trying, you're pushing, you're trying to do better, make money, make more money, build more streams of income, perfect your crafts. Get the job. Go for whatever you need to go for to make you feel better. But don't make yourself feel inadequate for not having it yet. Because we're not all there yet. And sometimes it may take years to get there. But as long as you're putting your feet in motion, you're working on what you need to work on to get where you're trying to get to, that is all that matters. That is all that literally matters. When these are conversations that you have with your community, with your village, that's helping raise you and build you up, and making sure that you don't look crazy out here, that you're not making a bad decision, that you're not making a decision that is not going to benefit you in the long run. But they're also going to push you to be better. They're also going to say, you know what? I understand you don't got the offer letter yet, but still handle your handle. Do not take it. Ain't send me wrong. My village, Ms. Jones, always giving me shout outs, always giving me ideas to come talk to y'all about. I mean, just expanding it, but sometimes it be her ideas. I love that. My village, my authoress in the building, my bestie. I love y'all so much. Miss Turner, Miss Off, Boo Boo. I cannot wait for this book. I cannot wait for you to be on this channel and interview you. You have been definitely a part of my village. Of course, Jessie. How can I forget? My besties, Shaytia and Vanessa. I love y'all dearly. Thank y'all for holding me down. Thank y'all for making me sound and making me happy and lifting me up and making me feel seen, heard, and just really supporting me. A lot of people don't understand that being a content creator, being a podcaster, is not the easiest thing. But it can be rewarding. And it is rewarding oftentimes. And that's what I love about podcasting. Although I may not always have an idea, although I may not always have or I have so many ideas, but I'm trying to figure out what I actually want to talk about, where it's going to be, one, meaningful. Second, it's not going to just be gibberish. Third, it's going to be with as much fullness as I want to provide, with the layers, as well as the length. I want to make sure it has enough enough topics, enough like meat. I want to make sure that this salad and the content makes sense and it gives what it needs to give, where you don't feel like, ooh, I wish he could have done this, or ooh, I wish he could have talked about that. And if so, please, by all means, get on this channel, get in my comments. Thank y'all so much for commenting, for liking, for subscribing. Like, my numbers have really been doing great. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Put on those notifications. If you want something else, if you want a different topic, hit me up. My socials is Ikeem Holder. on Facebook, Keemy Holder on IG, Simply Keemy on TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok. I don't be on it like that, but I do post when I post. Um, and just be a joy in someone else's sunshine. Check after your people. Check after your check after your community. Make sure that every member in your community is there. And shout out to my family. Thank y'all. But shout out to your community that's been there. That's been in your corner. That's been checking in. That's been on your ass about certain things. Like, hello, knock, knock, knock. Are we gonna get it yet? Sometimes your insecurities are so deep where you have to really aha yourself. A lot of times, people's insecurities comes about sex and equating sex with love, equating sex with people have sex more than they try to actually get to know someone, and that's an insecurity because you're scared to actually build a human emotion with someone other than your friends. But then how did you get that? How did you build a actual human emotion with your friends if you can't do that with someone that you're allowing inside of your circle, inside of you, your person, your body? Like, your body is not for everyone. It's not. And yes, we're human. Yes, we're definitely going to have the urges. And sometimes, not for nothing, we're gonna let it off. We're gonna do what we have to do to cure those urges. But you still have to look at yourself to fix that insecurity. Because a lot of us have it, especially a lot of us adults. If we're being honest, a lot of us adults have that, and it's okay. It's okay to have it, but you have to put words to that. We have to make it known. That yes, that's an insecurity, but yes, I am working on that. Why? Because I want to be a better person at the end of the day. I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and know that I've done the best I could do. Completely, cold heartedly, and it just gave what it needed to give. And if it didn't, I checked it, I retweaked it, and I went back to the drawing board. I went back to my community and said, hey, how can I do this better? Like, how can I better come on here and talk to y'all? It's all about trial and error. It's all about feedback. That may be my next topic. Feedback. Feedback, feedback, feedback. But having a community. Build your community to what makes sense for you. And vice versa. Because you don't want to just take from people. You want to give to people too. You have to give people life. You have to give people a shoulder, a ear, a hug, a love. People need to feel loved just like you need to feel loved. It is a two-way street. Let your community, whatever that may look like, whether it's church, whether it's actually your family, whether it's friends, whether it's family and friends, whether it's something that you curated, whether it is a team, whether it is a religion, whether it is a fraternity, whether it is like moms, like single moms, always have a community with single moms, because it helps. It's a community where they understand each other, and it works because they're all living through different similar scenarios. Um, Definitely giving insecurities are just that. The words. Words are very important. However, they are just words. You can overcome it, and you will overcome it by yourself, because you have to do the homework, but as well with your community, your chosen community, with the community that you created, with that village that holds you tight, that kisses you, that shows up whatever hour they need to show up for you, with the constant phone calls, with the popping up, with the pulling up, with the flying across the world is to make sure that you are seen and you're okay. Without a village, without a community, we are nothing. We are no one. That's why we need each other. That's why we need people. That's why everyone needs somebody. Because without it, we're dead. A lot of people die other than health reasons because of their loneliness. Because they stopped letting people in. And I would never do that. I love love. I love people. I'm curious and I'm cautious with people. I do hold people at a rope. And sometimes I let people hang themselves. However, I'm not afraid to start over. I'm not afraid to say, you know what? I'm not acting for too much. I am important enough for people to love me. And I am important enough for me to love them. So again, I try to answer that last question from my last video about how we need people. I tie that into the community. The community aspect in the village is super important for that to happen. And insecurities are just that, words. You can live by those words, and you can also change the scenario. It's your choice. But if you can't do it by yourself, it's okay. It's okay, boo-boo. Go to your community. And if you don't have any, I can be that for you. And I won't mind being that for you, because that's why I'm here. This was Keemy. I'll be back with my tea of the day. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, put on those notification bells, please. I want you to be notified when I come on your screen. I want you to be notified. Later, and let's get these numbers up, boo. Let's get this watch time up. Let's get these comments up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we got a ways to go. I love you guys. Laters.